5, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the people's filibuster in Texas. Now, before I get to exactly what happened in Texas, I absolutely have to roll back to November 6th, 2012. Why don't you take a look at this Rachel Maddow clip, and it explains exactly how we got, a little bit of how we got where we got in Texas.
It is a long way, in every single last way, from the 2010 elections to what happened 2 nights ago in America. Voters in Florida not only likely to award that state's 29 electoral votes to re-elect President Obama, they also put an end to the Republican Party's supermajority in the state legislature. The Republicans still do have control of the House in Florida, but they are no longer impervious to Democratic opposition. Their margin got cut way down. Same goes for the Senate and the House in Arizona, which you will remember gave us the Papers, Please law. They got their margin cut deeply. And no more supermajority for the state house in Texas either. In Texas.
If you take a look at that map, when you look at the map explaining what the state gains in the legislatures and supermajorities that both Democrats and Republicans gained, Democrats gained them in Illinois, or supermajorities in Illinois and California, a supermajority where they're impervious to any Republican obstruction, as well as Republicans gaining supermajorities in Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee. But also, when we take a look at the way that Republicans got their margins cut way down, we take a look at Texas. It happened in Texas, which gives me hope, especially after seeing this Democratic senator. Her name is Wendy Davis. Wendy Davis stood for at least 11 hours filibustering a horrible piece of legislation that would shut down abortion clinics and namely put them to be performed at surgical centers. Senate Bill 5. Why don't you take a look at what happened here and judge for yourself. I think you're looking at one of the next lady governors of Texas. She might just be following in the footsteps of the great Ann Richards.
Lawmakers in Austin are expected to vote tomorrow on some of the toughest restrictions on abortion in the country. Earlier today, House Republicans passed a bill tightening restrictions on abortion doctors and clinics.
SB 5 would ban abortions after the 20th week of pregnancy and also effectively shut down most abortion clinics in Texas because it would limit abortions to surgical centers instead.
Now, the Senate vote on this is expected tomorrow unless Democrats delay past the midnight deadline.
Wearing her comfortable pink sneakers because she wouldn't be allowed to sit down for 13 hours. Texas State Senator Wendy Davis took the podium and took a stand.
Members, I'm rising on the floor today to humbly give voice to thousands of Texans.
The secretary will call the roll.
Doyle, Duncan, Ellis, Estes, Frazier, Garcia, Hancock, Hager, Hinojosa, Huffman.
Members, we are in the middle of a vote. The secretary is calling the vote. If we can have order in the chamber so that the members can properly cast a vote. If I can have order, we will suspend the roll call vote until we can get order in the chamber.
Troopers were ordered to clear the gallery, and many abortion rights supporters refused to leave. Troopers shoved this woman, pushed her back, and arrested her. Other women were also grabbed and dragged. They were angry that Republican lawmakers used parliamentary tactics to stop Senator Wendy Davis's filibuster before midnight.
There being 19 ayes and 10 nays, the previous question is adopted.
Lawmakers then scrambled to vote in time, approving the bill. But then this morning, a stunner. The lieutenant governor confirming that the timing of that vote was changed in the computer. The vote was actually taken after midnight.
Miss Davis was cut off in the middle of her filibuster in using a parliamentary tactic in order to get, with 15 minutes left to the vote, they started, you see exactly what they did. But as far as I know, the bill is dead for now. I don't know if they're going to try to do a North Carolina and put it in unrelated legislation, but beware, be on the lookout. We need some more uprisings like this in Ohio, North Carolina, any place where there is a majority of Republicans who feel as if their war on women will not lose them anything. And because Texas is implementing a voter ID law that might make it a little more challenging to hold them accountable. However, we must keep up the pressure, keep up the fight, no matter what. Let's stand with Wendy Davis. Let's stand with many people like her, Miss Van Poot, who said, why must a female legislator raise her voice or her hand in order to be noticed or recognized over her male colleagues? We need to stand with them any way we can, by traveling by call, email, text, whatever. Make sure that you do stand with Miss Davis and similar other women across the country, in Ohio, in North Carolina, and in many other states where the right to choose is fundamentally under attack. Good day all.